Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is going to be my first audio recording of a tutorial type thing. Not really a tutorial, but like tips and tricks basically. You'll see it in the title of the video. I'm going to explain how me and my team completed the Mastermind Challenge and help you guys hopefully along the way on your attempts at this god-awful trophy. Whoever decided to have this as a trophy. Burn forever in GTA Online. Anyways, let's dive right into it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comments. I'll try to get to them as fast as I see them. Other than that, enjoy the video and I hope it helps. Okay, as we get started here, you're going to be seeing some clips of some of our setups. I'm going to be skipping preps entirely. Those are basically free towards your Mastermind Challenge. Doesn't matter if you die, doesn't matter if you have to restart or anything. Actually, you don't have to worry about restarting in any of the missions. You just don't have to die. Not dying is your primary objective. Now, what you're going to be seeing here is only part of the objectives. Each team is going to have two different things to do, and basically I only ever do what I'm good at, and you'll figure out what your team's good at come all the errors that probably will come. Biggest tip right now, as you saw, I just put on body armor. You're going to want to get 10 body armor after every mission you do. Make sure you go into any setups or finales with 10 body armor and full snacks. If you own any of the facilities, whether it be the bunker, the actual facility itself, a nightclub, or what have you, those places will always give you snacks for free. After every mission, your snacks will get refilled automatically, but just in case, make sure those are filled as well. Second tip, along with the body armor and snacks, periodically through these videos, you're going to see me walking around and shooting with my interactive menu open. Biggest thing about playing this, because you have to play it on hard, is these enemies will all of a sudden melt you. Absolutely melt you. Like, you're going to wonder how you ever got through this game before any of this happened. Like, trust me, we've had to restart so many times because all of a sudden your body armor and your health is just gone in one shot. Whether it be one person just obliterated you or 6 enemies decided to shoot you at the same time. Now, whatever the case may be, keep your interactive menu open. Keep it on health and ammo. You see me multitasking here. I'm getting confungled trying to get my body armor back up before I die. See there, me walking with the snacks and whatnot. That's just a small example. Here on this setup, this is, I forget what it's called. I'm not going to remember the names of all these setups. But the biggest thing for the team that has to go inside as paramedics, when you leave, you don't want to sit waiting here for your other team to come pick you up in front of the building. There's going to be all kinds of obstacles that the helicopter is going to hit and all kinds of cops that are going to shoot you and kill you. So what you see here is we run to the side. There's a side exit. This wide intersection here. No poles, no telephone wires, no cars, no nothing. They can land perfectly. We have plenty of room to get in. Our characters may be a little goofy, but all said and done, we get in, we get to the objective and finish the setup, no problem. Now, another thing that I edited out unintentionally, but is a key component to doing this with no glitches or anything happening. Between missions, you must start a new lobby. What me and my friends did every time we finished a lobby, one of us usually got put in a separate lobby. No matter what lobby you put in, whoever's hosting, or anybody really, pause the game, go online, go to GTA Online, friend servers, and start that and invite your friends. That way nothing happens. I'll explain. In the past, me and my team of 4, we were at the end of Act 2, and we were put in a public lobby together, all 4 of us, which is rare. So I decided, hey, I'm just going to start it from here. That way I don't have to make a new lobby, invite you guys, blah, blah, blah. Well, that was a mistake, because as soon as the mission started, I got notified that my progress had been reset. Mission started. I didn't do nothing. We didn't die. I didn't mess up who was there. It just notified me that it got messed up, and I lost my progress. Now, what you do when you lose your progress is you shut your game down. The whole thing, close application on PS4 or PS5, whatever the case may be, or Xbox or PC. Although PC, I think their saving servers are way different. So if this works on PC, please let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll pin the comment up at the top. The dying thing, whether a glitch happens, like I just said, or a teammate dies for whatever the case may be, everyone closes the application as fast as you can. Do not wait to make sure they're dead. Even if nobody's dead and you end up wasting a run, it's better safe than sorry, because then you'll have to restart all of the heists. Now, for anybody who doesn't know what the Mastermind Trophy entails, you must play the Doomsday Heist with 2 people, 3 people, and 4 people, all without dying. So whatever run you're working on, if somebody dies, or thinks they died, or is about to die, and they say leave the game, communication is key. Everybody leaves the game as soon as possible. Now this mission here, it's not one of the hardest, but it is a bit tricky. You're going to want to hack the plane as soon as you get to it, like I am right here. The faster you start hacking it, the faster it'll finish before the helicopters show up at the end. They are super accurate. They will melt you. Whoever's not hacking the plane needs to stay back, so as soon as the helicopters spawn in, they're blowing them up before they can reach you. Now, we've had a couple close calls and an accidental leave doing this as my team. Just be careful. Make sure you're close to the plane. And land the Deluxos. Don't have to be super soft, but land the Deluxos pretty safely on the roof when you're done. Vehicles getting destroyed sucks, but you will have to restart from checkpoint. Again, checkpoint. I'll reiterate once more. Mastermind, you only have to restart setups and finales if somebody in your team or you dies. Do not shut the game off or quit out or whatever if you fail a mission. Failing a mission does not mess up your progress. Neither does fast traveling. So when you're starting a setup and you have to drive across the entire map and you get the trip skip option down in the corner for $7,000 or whatever exorbitant amount Rockstar wants to charge you, you can click that without it messing up your progress. Now, another thing I'd like to add, but I don't necessarily recommend, this is the first finale right here, as you see. You can get the Elitist challenges done while you're doing Mastermind. However, Elitist does not need to be on hard. So if you're having trouble with these finales during the Mastermind challenge, you can go back and do Elitist on easy, normal, whatever you want. Now, on this first finale, for whatever reason, like I said before, there are glitches with this trophy. One of them is this one right here, this finale. For some reason, there are ghost bullets, what me and my friend referred to. Whether the enemies are glitched inside a wall or they can see you, but you can't see them on the map for whatever reason. This run right here wasn't the case. Me and my friend were doing the 2-man run, and we died here 3 times from somebody who we could not see. No matter what we did, we kept dying, but we managed to get through it. If that happens to you, what we did, we just ended up killing these guys from that back corner back there where the office is, and then we ran ahead. This section right here was the only part that did it, where I'm hiding behind this wall. Once we got past that IAA sign right there with the TV to the left right of the screen right now, the bullets couldn't hit us anymore. Another trick you can do for when you're doing this, whoever's hosting, if you want to do Elitist at the same time as Mastermind, there are certain bunkers around the map that are close to these final objectives. If you know where these finales are, you know where the bunkers are ideal for you to start, especially this one. This one is 5 minutes and 30 seconds, I believe, for the Elitist challenge. There's a bunker right down the road. It takes you less than a minute to get to it. You kill the guys up front, you get down here and do what we're doing right now. And then in a minute here, you're gonna see us having to go downstairs. When we do go downstairs, you don't have to have your full team. If there's 4 of you, go down. You can just have 2, because then there's going to be more guys that spawn in that room right there where these guys just came out of. You can get ahead of the game and kill them before they come downstairs and shoot you guys in the back. Then, once you get to the end here, you'll be pretty much done with the first finale. All you have to do is sit on these computers and shoot the enemies that are trying to come into the bunker. It's plain and simple at the end. You just fire away, shoot at anything and everything that moves, and you're done. I do not think the cutscenes count towards time. I believe we made it here by the skin of our teeth. I think it's 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Literally, I shot my own car even, just shoot everything. Doesn't matter if you see it on the radar. Just fire, aim and fire until whoever talks to end the mission starts talking, and then you're basically done. And this is the first act of your Mastermind challenge complete. Now, the first setup that is going to give you trouble for Act 2 here is Rescue ULP. There's going to be a ton of enemies here. This I'm used to. You're going to see me shoot them all in the head. There's a guy up at the left here behind the lava bucket, whatever, I don't know what to call it. He's always my hardest to kill because you shoot them and they fall down, but they're not dead. They get back up, they shoot you again. I've gone through this hundreds of times, and I still get killed somehow doing this. Now, what I said earlier, only reset for death. This is going to be one of the missions where you do not want to reset unless one of you dies. Rescuing ULP for some reason is super hard to get to him before he's killed. If he dies, do not have anyone in your team leave the game. Simply restart, and you'll spawn back outside and have to kill the 5 guys that spawn outside and then come in here again. Now, a trick that we found out halfway through our run, if you see to the bottom left where the radar is, you'll see part of my teammates standing at the door. They cannot come in. The observation team cannot come inside while you're doing this. But we found out they can come inside the doorway, just not the office. There will be guys trying to come in while you're shooting these guys. That's what the observation team is supposed to do, is kill people before they get into the building. Now, the right door, where that guy just came from that I just killed, a few guys will come in there, maybe. It's not always guaranteed. So, the office door is going to be your best bet. Here comes some more. I think 5 or 6 guys came out this time. One of these runs I did, there was like 6 or 8 guys that came out of that door. That's the most I've ever seen. But they can stand inside. You don't have to deal with any of the helicopters, any of the guys. Just anybody that walks in, your other team is going to kill them before they can even step foot in the door. Now this is the trickiest part of the whole mission. These 2 guys that come out of here, you don't have to kill them. Don't waste your time trying to kill them. Just knock them down so they don't blast you. Get inside that back room and shoot the guy holding UOP hostage before he kills him. Once that's done, it's almost smooth sailing from here. Come back, kill these guys, and make sure that you're being careful on your way down. ULP can die from these guys, but he's a tank. He probably won't. You, however, working your way down, there's going to be enemies that spawn in. Some come in through the side door, and they will melt you as you come down the stairs. So make sure you kill some of them. There's going to be a guy below me right now. There's 2 different levels to the walkway that I'm on. One of the guys spawns at the one below you. Make sure you kill him as you're walking down the first flight of stairs over here, going back down. As you can see, I'm already preparing to shoot the guy. He's hiding behind the pillar now. And because my interactive menu is open, I almost failed the mission by flying off the balcony. You can't sprint while your menu's open. So I usually push square to try to move faster. There's been a few occasions where I've almost leapt to my death because of it. So another thing to be careful about. Now when you get out here to leave with ULP, there's going to be a lot of guys. All the guys that are supposed to be shot while you're doing this will be out here, because your teammate, again, is inside that door we just came out of, making sure they don't come in. As long as you don't get in a vehicle like my friend did here on accident, the helicopters will not shoot missiles at you. Another tip and trick I'm going to tell you right here, that we didn't know until near the end of finally getting this trophy. If you are in a personal vehicle and it gets destroyed while you're in it, any vehicle of yours that's destroyed will automatically save the game. Your progress will be erased immediately. No matter how fast you close out the application, you will lose your progress. Many times this happened, we didn't know why. It wasn't until our 10,000th attempt that's one of our teammates read somewhere on Reddit that blowing up in your vehicle will automatically reset because it saves. Now, the ride home is going to be a bit sketch. Obviously, take one of these armored vehicles. Don't take a personal vehicle. It should take over 14 missiles, I think. The only thing you got to be careful of is traffic and the other armored trucks that spawn in and try to kill you and your teammates. Just for a precautionary tale, try to have your teammates with the interactive menu open, healing if they can, so they don't die on the ride there. For whatever reason, during this setup right here, the AI was acting goofy. They kept running into us, they kept driving crazy. I was getting livid. As you can see, that dump truck nearly killed us because it boxed us in, and my friend Tim almost got obliterated. Now for the third and final finale, the Doomsday heist itself, the Doomsday finale, whatever they call it. I skipped the driving part where you drive the tank. Obviously, using the tank is going to be your best option. I did hear a team use a barrage. They have like the world record speed run or whatever on hard. I suggest you use the tank, kill the juggernauts that spawn in back there. You didn't see it because I edited that part out. It's pretty self-explanatory. There's going to be one juggernaut up here. I think there's two more up ahead at the end of this part where you destroy the boxes, and that should be all the juggernauts for this finale. I think there's 6 in total. 3 in the front, 1 right here, and 2 in the back. Now when shooting these boxes here, a simple bullet or 2 will do the trick. You don't have to use explosives or nothing. Just shoot it, you're done. Make sure you and your teammates are standing far enough back. Even if you shoot it and your teammate's standing close enough, it will kill them and you'll have to reset. Just save yourself the trouble of restarting as many times as you can. Stand back, shoot it, and you're done. Now working your way through this part, there's going to be 2 juggernauts, like I said, up here where there's a split, kind of. It's like a balcony. They're going to be spawning all the way in the back. My best bet, every time I did this, I stayed back and tried to snipe them or shoot them with the LMG. Eventually, with the LMG, they'll just die. They can hit you from pretty far, so if you find something else that works better for yourself, by all means, you don't have to try my methods. Do whatever works for you. Now, once you get to this part, this is just after the cutscene where Lester tricks the AI into unlocking the bomb doors. This is roughly the halfway mark. This part's a little tricky. It's probably going to take you the longest here on hard. Like I said before with the elitist challenge, you don't have to do it with Mastermind. You can do it by yourself on the side. But we did manage to do this on hard. I think we were like 5 seconds from not getting it. There's a trick I like to do on this one. As soon as I kill these guys here, you always run to these stairs in the middle right here behind those red doors. At the top of the stairs, depending on how many people you have, 1 to 2 people, or 3 depending on how well you guys can shoot that you're playing with, you guys will chill here at the stairwell. Hiding behind cover doesn't really help. They spawn on 2 different sides and they can flank you on each side. Here we kind of ran through because I'm hacking on this one. I'm doing the 3-man with my friends, and one of them is new to the game and the other one says he's not very good at hacking. So I'm also going to walk you through the hacking a little bit. Now with the hacking, pretty simple, especially this first one. You move these nodes to move the laser. Shines off the little mirror, I'm going to call it, that you move around. For the elitist, you do not want to break more than 3 of those red squares. Some of them I do break just because it's easier to get to some of the things, the blue nodes, after destroying a red node. Again, don't have to worry about elitist. However, if for whatever reason you find hacking challenging, but only certain ones, backing out does not mess anything up, elitist or mastermind. You can back out of the hack, go back in, and it will be a different setup every time. There's roughly 8 to 12 different hacks that you can do. Some of them are easier, some of them are harder. I've figured out pretty much all of them. They're all doable. None of them cannot be done. So if you think, wow, this is too hard, I can't do it. Can anybody do this? Yes, all of them can be hacked. Now I've skipped to the third and final hack here. They're pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to have you watch me do all of them. But this final hack, the guys who are shooting, once I come out here in a minute, behind me there's a red door to the right. If I'm looking that way, it's to the left. Most of the guys come out there, right there to the left against that wall. There's a guy that just came out of it. That guy right there I just killed. This is the perfect spot to stand. You just kill those guys and your hacker won't have any trouble. As soon as you're done with the final hack, you just, as it says at the bottom, take out the goons. You're going to run upstairs as soon as these guys are dead. And you're going to use the orbital strike to shoot the AI trucks. And that's pretty much it. Then you just have to run through the other half of the bunker, find what's his name, and chase him with the jetpacks. Now right here is the only part in the heist that you can shoot through a window. That one right there. In a second here, when I go ahead a little bit, you're going to see me look to the left. That's because on occasion, there's a guy that spawns right between that box and pillar on the left that I just looked at. Sometimes he's invisible. Sometimes he doesn't spawn in until you pass that little barrier point. He's killed me a few times just spawning in randomly. so I always check that part. Through this little catacomb thing, whatever you want to call this here, this little tight space hallway, you want to be careful of these boxes on the sides. As you can see, some of them have a little logo on them indicating they're explosive. If you or a teammate shoots those, you will die. It's happened only once out of the hundreds of times we did this trying to get this trophy. Not a big thing, just be wary of it. Now this is the final part of the finale, Act 3. Just killing this guy and you're done. The biggest thing you have to worry about, obviously the helicopters. You don't really have to focus on them. 3 or 4 shots with a rocket will kill him. As soon as he's dead, just fly to the observatory and the helicopters will not chase you at all. Be careful, they will try to kamikaze you, which will instantly kill you. One of my friends got hit by the helicopter blades one time. It sucks being at the end and having to close out of the game. Or maybe you didn't close out fast enough and have to restart the whole thing. We did get the elitist done right here. I don't remember what the time was here. I already had it at this point, but these guys did not. That's pretty much it. As soon as we're done landing here, I am going to give a checklist on what we went over just to refresh you guys' memory, and you guys can timestamp it or take a screenshot of it. Quick little checklist of all the tips and tricks that I'm trying to show you guys right here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If it takes you a long time, regardless of my tips and tricks, you'll probably have an outcome similar to mine as soon as I finished it. It took us about, I want to say 6 months. We started in April of 2024, beginning of April, and we didn't finish until beginning of August, I think. Time constraints mixed with constantly dying kind of kills the mood. Another tip, obviously this isn't part of any of it, take a break. Don't get at each other's throats. Don't get mad at each other. It may happen. It will happen, actually. Take a break, step away, come back another day or a week. There's no rush. You can come back at any time. Don't start this heist with anyone else while you're waiting. You can start any other heist, Cayo Perico, Diamond, or the first heist, whatever it's called. It will not mess up your progress. If you join a Doomsday heist in progress while you're doing this mastermind challenge, it will reset. Like I said, if you take a break for whatever reason and you accidentally join a heist, or you forget and you start a heist, it will reset all your progress. Not for everybody, just you. And that goes with everything. If anybody ever gets reset on the mastermind challenge, it's only reset for the one person, not everybody else. When I mentioned earlier that I got glitched out and my progress reset, we progressed anyways, the 4 of us, and all but me and one other person, so basically half the team, got their progress finished. I contacted Rockstar. They were little to no help. I might make a video on that later. Basically, they just kept giving me in-game money and I didn't want it, but I still thanked them for it. But they could not help me no matter what I asked. Now what you're about to see is my reaction to finally finishing the trophy with my friend Tim. The 2-player one was the last one I needed. You're about to see my reaction after 6 months of trying over and over and over again to get this trophy. Enjoy. Now's the time for boop, 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 boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop. This is the real end of the game.
But I do. Well, this has been horrifying. Really, really horrifying.
Please stop talking.
Also pretty fun. So.
Can't you both skip?
Really, Tim?
Alright, let's see.
That's actually perfect. Perfect timing. Yes! Let's go! Oh! Now, just to recap all the key points from my tips. Number 1, preps do not go against your progress towards the mastermind. Number 2, if you die or anyone in your team dies, close the application immediately. Number 3, make sure your snacks and armor are stocked before each mission. Number 4, start a new lobby after every setup. Number 5, always have your interactive menu open so you're shooting and eating. Number 6, no personal vehicles. Number 7, fast traveling or failing the mission does not ruin your progress. Only set up or leave if you die. I hope all of this has become useful for anyone and helps you and your friends and your teammates to achieve this god-awful trophy. This is my first video editing like this. It's probably going to be a bit choppy, and I'm going to be umming a lot, so I hope you bared with me. Let me know how I did in the comments. If you like this video or find it helpful, please subscribe. If you think anyone else is going to find this useful or helpful, please share it. I'd love to get this out there and have more people get this trophy. It seems to be the only trophy that nobody ever goes for because of how hard it is. It can be very daunting, but it's doable. And much more doable than my 6-month team. We could have got this done within a month, maybe 2, if we just buckled down a little more. Holidays, birthdays, whatever just got in the way. Thankfully, we did not do it during the holiday season. It was summer. But I pretty much covered everything. If I find any more tips or tricks, I'll make another video or I'll add them in the description and or comments. Please like, follow, subscribe. Thank you.